Hello, Eric Guy here from Center for Victory. Thought I'd take some time today to talk to you about dealing with differences, especially in the workplace, and how to overcome some of those things. I know a lot of us are struggling with relationships, working relationships, how better to communicate, how to get things done, quicker, more efficient, more productive, while also managing some shortages in our workforce. So first and foremost, start with what you see on your screen there. You have to start with that. I believe we're all awesome. We're just different. And one of the pieces that we bring to the table when we use the data and the analytics in our system is to understand those differences. Okay, a lot of us grew up and were conditioned to believe that we had to act a certain way or behave a certain way. And what we want to understand by looking at something like analytics is that we all are different. We're driven different. We communicate different, and that's not a bad thing. Okay, so one of the things that we always say is, any relationship that's new to you, you always come into that unconsciously competitive. And what we're trying to do when we're dealing with those differences is trying to make it consciously complementary to one another. That way we create synergy in that relationship. And who doesn't want that now? Again, with with some of the shortages that we're looking for or looking at in the workplace, looking at putting two people together and having them do the work of three or four people without breaking a sweat, instead of having three or four people actually not doing even the work of one person. So understanding that's a big deal. And how we measure that is through a tool, at least one of the tools that we utilize is the predictive index. We all in the work environment, we can all have what you see on your screen there, what we refer to as the blue stuff, just because it's blue on the screen there. Intelligence, knowledge, skills, experience. That's the can. Okay. What we're measuring is will. We want to really help people get over that difference between can and will. Will people do it, and will they do it for long periods of time? And in dealing with the differences, what you're dealing with a lot, or at least first initially, is what's in the red there. And how we can overcome that and deal with that is through what I said, a tool we refer to as the predictive index. It's been around for a long time, lots of history, lots of validity into it. And what it gives us is an under the cover look at how a person is driven and how they best operate. So how they best communicate, how they best work in a team, what kind of work environment they prefer to work in, whether it might be fast-paced, whether it might be one thing at a time, whether they might need a lot of information, they might need a little bit of information. So we all gather that. And some of you that get frustrated with people that might micromanage you, you might have somebody that's just needs a lot of information, and therefore they provide a lot of information. So understanding one another and coming to a middle ground there and making that, like we said earlier, that relationship more consciously complementary. When you have people that want to work on a team versus somebody that might be a little bit better at working individually. When you have somebody that's proactive, more of a creator of change versus an implementer of change. Those two people, again, a lot of times, if they don't have a tool like this or a discussion like we're having here, they're going to be at odds. So getting those people on the right page, they, again, can be highly complementary to one another. But what we do with this, the big thing we do with this, and what I want to hit on in this short video here, is really to understand, right? People want to be motivated. People want to be inspired. And this is a quote, were they dead when you hired them, or did you kill them? Right? What we want to look at when we're looking at this is something we refer to as the platinum rule. And these are the factors that you find in the predictive index. And once you have those factors, okay, once you have that report for that person, Now you can go into what we call the platinum rule, which means treat people the way they need to be treated for maximum productivity and efficiency. Again, let me restate that. The platinum rule says treat people the way they need to be treated for maximum productivity and efficiency. And when they get that, so put yourself in somebody's shoes or your own, all right? When you're getting what you need out of the environment, you're more engaged, you're more productive, you're more efficient, and you stay and you create a great culture. All right. A lot of people leave, and a lot of people are leaving nowadays work environments because they're just not getting what they need. Again, let me reiterate that because I think it's big, it's huge. A lot of people, when they go through the certification training for the predictive index, one of their highlights is this summary of motivating needs, or the platinum rule. Treating people the way they need to be treated for maximum productivity and efficiency. So if you're a manager, not treating them like we're wired, but treating them according to how they're wired. Okay. So one last time, platinum rule: treat people the way they need to be treated for maximum productivity and efficiency. And the last thing really to remember is, when dealing with differences, don't accommodate differences, love them. We need to understand each other's differences so we can work more consciously, complementary together, and more cohesive, and get more done, even with less people. If you're interested more in this, please contact us, centerforvictory.com, or give us a call at 724-462-8383. Hopefully this has been helpful. And remember, platinum rule: